And now enjoy this free Jason Modcast show.
I'm right here. You've got to shoot straight. I'm right here, but you've got to shoot straight. I'm right here, but you've got to shoot straight.
Welcome to Shooting Straight. I am David K. Montoya.
And I'm Randolph Lofgren.
All right, kids. It has been a heck of a week. Just
for both of us.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to publicly talk about what's been going on.
I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Just start more trouble. They'd say something about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some fashion, they'd use it against you, you know?
Yeah, and I know that might sound a little paranoid.
Yeah.
And I know this is really vague for the listeners. They're like, what are you talking about? But I know it does sound a little paranoid. Like, you know, are they done? Or are they still investigating? Or, you know, are they listening to like the podcast? Are they reading through my stuff? You know?
Yeah. I know how you feel.
So, okay, we get together each and every week and we find out what our lovely host, Mr. Randolph Richard Lofgren, does, or not does, but how is he doing? How's you doing? Each and every week. And we ask him the all-important question. Well, yeah, we're starting. That's how we're going to start the episode. Is we're going to say, how many days have you been sober?
Today is my 14th day.
2 weeks, exactly.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? I mean, physically, how are you feeling?
I'm doing okay, but yesterday I had a bad day, so I medicated myself and stayed asleep yesterday because I've been having these really, really crazy dreams. Not all of them are bad, but some of them are emotional. It's more like a friend of ours said, I'm dealing with my past demons, so I've been doing that a lot.
Right.
And then I had a couple of days where I was really sick from not drinking, and I wanted it. And like my brother said, it was more probably the physical part that I was more addicted to, and the mental was just messing with me about the physical, you know?
Right. Well, because at this point, you're 7 days out from habit.
Yeah. That's good.
So next Sunday, because we're recording, I know it won't come out, or it comes out normally. You know, it'll come out on this Wednesday, like normal. So everybody like, huh? But we had so much going on this week. We actually aren't getting the
one ahead of it.
Yeah. We're actually kind of behind now.
Yeah.
On schedule.
We'll make up for it. Though.
Yeah. But anyway, 21 days, they say 21 days of doing something, whether it productive or non-productive, becomes human habit.
I'm happy about that.
You're 14 days away, or 14 days. You're 14 days in, 7 days away from human habit, which means that you are no longer, when somebody asks, you want to drink? You're like, I don't drink.
Right.
And that's legitimate. You become a non-drinker.
That sounds so good right there.
So where do you want to start?
My dreams.
Okay.
Again, I mean, because they set me off in so many different directions, you know. I've had happy dreams where, like, I was in a pilgrimage across different states and countries, and I had to carry a little duck with me, and I had to keep this little duck alive. And the duck's name was Ducky Woo.
Yeah.
And I kept it alive until it could fly away from me.
That's the name of this episode, is Ducky Woo. I love that freaking name.
And the duck loved me, and it didn't want to leave me, but I kept it alive through fights, battles, persecution, and a little bitty duckling, you know what I mean? A duckling that is so fragile to a full-on duck.
Right.
That takes a long time. You got to think about it. In my dream, it might have been only hours, but in order for a duck from a duckling to a duck, that's a year at least out, you know? And that was one dream, you know?
Right. Well, there's so much metaphor behind that dream. it's a classic of, you having to carry yourself through, the life that you want. You've got to be clean, you've got to be strong, you've got to be emotionally fit, because you are carrying something brand new in you, hence Ducky Woo Woo.
Yeah.
And so it's very metaphorical, and I thought it was awesome when you told me, and I love the name Ducky Woo Woo.
Yeah.
Watch, that shit'll end up in one of my stories. Watch.
Yeah, I hope so. It's cool. It was so cute too, and it always wanted to get fed. And you got to imagine the things I had to do. I had to chew up worms to give it worms. Just like a little bird, a hatchling. Ducks the same way. They don't just eat until they get a little bigger, and they'll eat some grain. But no, I had to do some disgusting things for this duck.
What was the last thing that you remember?
It flying off and me making it through my pilgrimage, because whoever sent me on it, which I don't know, said that I'll know when my pilgrimage is over.
Uh-huh.
And I knew when that duck was able to fly off on its own and I didn't have to take care of it no more, that my pilgrimage was over. And I was able to turn around and start coming back. But then I woke up and that's all I remember, in the duck's name and it flying off. And that I had to take it so many times through different things like battles. A pilgrimage is not necessarily a priest or anything. It could be a warrior that's becoming not a priest, but having to go on a spiritual battle.
Right.
And that's basically what I've been going through, is a real spiritual battle with all this stuff.
Because habit is a 50-50 split. Habit is a mental and physical.
Right.
First you have to go and break the mental habit. And then after you break the mental habit is when you have to deal with the physical habit. That's why that comes first and, physical is second.
Right.
It's not just because if it was just one or the other, people would be able to break, just walk away and say, okay, I'm good. But alcohol is dual, you have to deal with it. Well, actually, it's more than dual if you really sit and think about it. It's more like it's a physical fight, a mental fight, and a spiritual fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's been coming out in my dreams. Like I told you, I haven't dreamt in a long time. And like everybody's been telling me, it's me facing my demons from my past and having to deal with them so that I can go prosper future, you know what I mean?
Right. It's oh, there's a name for it, but I can't think of it right now. It's too early. It's 8:30 in the morning.
We usually don't do it this early, but we gotta get it done.
I gotta go to Vegas.
Oh boy.
And do some shows out there. Oh yeah, there's me, I'm not a gambler.
No.
So I'm not gonna go do any of that crap.
No, I would though.
No, because I'm gonna have the kids. So
yeah,
because as soon as I get there, I'm gonna have all three of them. So yeah, I'll just go in, get my podcasting finished, and head home.
Yeah.
Because I have a doctor's appointment on
Very
Tuesday.
Important doctor's appointment.
Yeah. Actually, I don't talk. I as I kind of go on about things, I really don't talk about much other than, okay, here we talk about you.
Yeah.
On the My Public Life, I talk about comics. I really don't talk about me personally. And then Seeing Red, we just talk about stupid shit. So I really don't. Nobody knows what's going on with me. I'm having some physical issues. Well, actually, it's more like physiological issues. Because I'm tired all the time.
You are. But I've been catching you sleep a lot or watch TV a lot lately.
And it's not even really watching TV. It's just like me zoning out. Just
like, giving you something to fill the void in the outer space.
yeah, for sure. So,
I do that a lot of times when I'm in my room listening to TV or whatever. I have it on just to make the sound go by so that I can have something to concentrate on other than the things that I'm concentrating on. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's find out. Do you have any stories for us other than the Ducky Woo Woo story?
Oh, do I have any stories? It's hard to think about stories
Why is that, do you think?
because I have so many. So I'm trying to figure out one that just comes to the head, and none's coming to the head right now. Like, have I talked about any stories lately?
The last episode you talked about going to the river and getting caught in the current.
Oh yeah, the scurfing.
Yeah.
Everybody was all wondering what the heck I was talking about.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was let's see. That was pretty much it as far as stories go. Do you, and I'm not going to make you, because you were really emotional when you came.
no, I want to talk about that one.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you had another dream.
Yeah, I had another dream.
And you said it wasn't a bad dream. It was just an emotional, something you had to deal with.
Yeah.
And it was probably around 11 o'clock midnight when we talked about it. And it was very brief. You were emotional. I didn't want to, push. But go ahead and tell us.
I've only had one love in my life and asked one person to marry me, and she said yes. And because of drugs and alcohol and everything like that, I lost her. That's the basis of it. But the dream was the whole span of us being together and the bad, the fighting, the hating one another, and then her leaving. And in the dream, I just kept on reliving it over and over again. I finally got to a point in the dream to where I could be forgiven for it. But you got to understand, I don't have very many love interests. I joke about it all the time, but I know I'm a good looking man. I'm not trying to be conceited, but she took me for who I was, and I took advantage of that. So
Keep going.
and then I started crying while I was asleep, and I woke up crying because I was so emotionally upset about it that I lost her, and I wish that I could have done this sooner in life so that I could have had her in my life, because I would have had a good life if I just would have gotten sober sooner. And I tried, but it was too late. She had already found somebody else. Actually, my best friend, and she married him in October, but they didn't stay together. But
October. This October?
Not this October, but in October, that's when they got married.
Oh. How long ago?
It's been over 7 years now.
Have you talked to her now that you're sober? Have you told her, you know what? Because I something will change in you. You have to close this chapter. And
I told her that I was sorry. She knows I'm sorry. I don't know if she ever believed it, but
I think that you need to approach her, either it be via email or whatever, and tell her, you know what, I am like actually sober. And it's just a part of, because when you go into like rehab and shit like that, they make you close the chapter on certain things that you need to get past. And I think that's something that you need to do now that you're sober, is just come to the end and say, you know what, I'm completely sober. I realize wholeheartedly what I did. I took you for granted. I'm not trying to get you back. I just want a full acceptance of my apology. And I bet you it'll make you even feel better.
It probably will. And I got to do that a lot. I got to do that with my mom. I got to do that with a lot of people. And I haven't done it because I even was selfish with my dad. And if I wouldn't have been on drugs and stuff like that, I wouldn't have thought that the way I did. And I would have probably got to see my dad before he passed away too.
It's
there's a lot of people. That's the scary part about this now.
What?
Is that I gotta realize what life was around me that was true and real, and try to either not get it back, but fix it. You know what I mean? In order to move on further. I've done the sober part and quit. That's the easy part. But like you said, fixing chapters in my life that didn't go very well, or I haven't done the right thing. You know?
Right. You gotta leave those, or you gotta tie up all those loose ends.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a new chapter with all those dingling, what ifs.
Yeah.
So, and let's just peek into this a little bit more, just because of how quick it escalated emotionally for you. When did you guys meet?
I believe she was 18 or 19 and I was 21.
And it was up at
Lake Isabella.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's early. My brain's not firing. I'm
Yeah.
still working on the same bottle of tea, the first one. So okay, so it was let's see, 21. So that was 1998.
I was still in part of my cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know it at the time, but she was gone when I fought the last part of my cancer. By then.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a while. It's been a long while.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm trying to decide what questions to ask, because I don't want to make this like super emotional for you.
It's okay.
Because it's well, number one, it's early in the morning, so that's
Then the rest of my day will be like this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna let it do that to me. I fought it yesterday. I dealt with it yesterday on my own.
Right.
I'm emotional about it because I'm not sad. I'm just upset at myself. I'm not sad about it no more.
That is the greatest response that you could say.
What?
That you accept responsibility and that you're mad at yourself for letting it happen.
Yeah.
That is the greatest response that anybody could say to something like that. Because that's the point of all of this, is coming to terms and accepting what had happened, what has been done, and moving forward. So that actually makes me very happy to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not blaming it on nobody. I did it. I've done a lot of this stuff to myself in my life. And if I would have just respected my own self better and cared for myself, maybe I could have cared for other people the proper way or a better way. Because until now, I didn't really care about myself. I didn't care about nothing.
I can see that. I mean, every day you're changing a little bit.
Yeah.
So things are getting more, what's the word I'm looking for? Things are more valuable to you now. I can't explain it right now, but I can see there is a difference. I can see that the appreciation for life in general has amplified to where we're at right now from then, what, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm curious about this. I'm jumping on my phone here. So this is gonna come out on the 10th.
The 10th?
Uh-huh.
Is that next week?
It'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah, I thought so.
So that means by the time when we come back next time, someone will have a birthday. It'll be,
yeah, Tuesday is my birthday after next week.
Really, I have it on my calendar as Monday.
Really, I must be looking at it wrong.
Monday the 15th.
I read it wrong then. You're right.
So yeah, we are going to go see the new Halloween that Thursday. But I bring it up because in hindsight to last year's number 40 to this year's number 41, it's so cold in here, my heater just kicked on, kids. I was like, what is that sound? I'm not used to that sound. It's my heater. My heater kicked on. Wow.
That's weird.
But looking back from last year's 40 to this year's 41, what tell me, because I'm trying to get you to reflect. I want you to think about it. Do you what do you see when you when you compare those two lives? Because the life itself has changed. Even the same person, life has changed.
Well, from 40, I still didn't care much, and I thought if I made it to 40, I would care more. So I care more for one, and now I have a set plan that I want to do and things that I want to accomplish after 41. So I'm looking for 41 to come so I can start those new adventures. One being my teeth and getting them done, and then just basically working on building myself back up. My health's better now, so I want to start physically doing something to get my heart moving and the cardiovascular going. So I want to do something with that, and then I want to start writing more and drawing and things, and I want to read more books because I'm into reading now, especially if they're good books that capture me in it,
Right.
make me think about my life in a retrospect,
It's not a book. It's a short story written by Kevin Adams. And you know me, I usually don't plug the World Myth or anything like that here, but it was a submission that he's working on for issue 66, and you're gonna like it because you know it's stuff that you like and you would read, and it's something that you personally, when you read it, you're going to like it. It's a big story, but it's really fun. It really is.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's the only reason why I bring it up here, is because when you read it, you're totally gonna dig it. I know you are. It's very you.
Cool.
So, all right. We kind of digress a little bit about. I'm trying to decide if we should say the name or not. Do you think she would listen to this podcast or no?
Yeah, but we shouldn't say her whole name.
Okay.
Her name's Nicole. Should I try to reach out to her here in case someone I know? Because there is people I know that know her.
I think so. I think that, like I said, it's nothing to try to, win her back or anything. It's just tying up that loose end, approaching it as a sober person, and saying, "I'm sorry. This is what I did. I acknowledge it, and in order for me to move on to a better life, I have to come face to face with it."
All right. Her name was Nicole,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want her to know that sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry for everything that I caused her and that I caused us together. I want you to know that it wasn't because you were a bad person or you didn't have everything that I needed in life. It was because I didn't respect you enough to know that what you were trying to give me and do for me was for the best. I want you to know that you should prosper in your life in all things because you deserve every good thing that comes to you. Uh, Also, I want you to know that I'm living my life to the fullest. And when I retrospect and think back, I think about what I had, and I want that in my life again. Not saying I wanted it from you, but basically, I want a life like that again. And if I get a chance to have that life, I want you to know that I won't take advantage of it like I took advantage of you.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was well said, brother.
Thank you.
It's part of, I don't want to say growing up, because you're 41. Well, you're almost 41. But it's I can't explain it. But yeah, well done.
Thank you.
I can see it in your face. There's something that just lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah.
Am I wrong or am I right?
No, you're right. I'm at peace now.
I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
Very cool. Ducky Woo would be proud of you too.
Ducky Woo.
I'm having.
I was thinking if I get a dog, I'm gonna name the dog Ducky Woo.
Ducky Woo.
Because you already call your dog Birdie and Macaroni and all kinds of stuff. Could you imagine me have a dog and I'm naming it Ducky Woo? Because when I was thinking of this little duck, I was thinking of a dog. Like I'm taking care of this duck like a dog.
Right.
And sometimes it would get mad at me and stuff. And I'd be like, Ducky Woo Woo, come on. Stop falling behind. You got to hurry up. We got to get past this area. This is a bad area right here. And it would go, I can't do the duck sound no more. And I'd be like, all right. And then I would notice it fall back behind and like sit there and I'd be like, what? You want me to carry you, don't you? And I'd be like, all right, come on, get up on me. And it would sit on my shoulder for like hours when we were going through large areas or hard. And if not, I had a tucked in like type of gi suit, it'd climb into my gi and sit inside my gi.
That's funny. That is funny.
And I just understood it. Like I know, how I understand weird things, and I just understood when it wanted to eat, what it wanted from me,
right?
Or if it was tired of walking, because its little feet. I was like 20 feet ahead, and I'd have to stop and Ducky Woo Woo, come on.
We're making shirts. I swear to God, we're making shirts. We're gonna have a duck, and underneath it'll be a black shirt with a yellow duck, and it'll say underneath in white letters, Ducky Woo Woo.
That's funny.
That is. That'll be our first merch.
Yeah.
You think I'm joking?
I know you're not joking.
Tell us a little bit. Tell us something, because you've kind of approached the hardships of this week. Tell us something good. We always have to approach something with good.
I made it to a certain day, and I can't remember which day. I think it was like 7 when I talked to you and told you that oh my God, I'm having a hard day. And it was the next day that I started feeling better, and then I started taking vitamins and stuff like that.
Right.
So the vitamins have helped me too, and I'm drinking plenty of water and my lemon juice. So that was great. I watched a couple of great movies. I watched Rampage. Well, I'm not supposed to tell names, but
you can say it.
Rampage. And then I watched Solo.
Did you like Solo?
Oh, I love Solo.
That, again, not getting into specifics, because I'm fairly certain person listens to the podcast, but for me, I can't enjoy. I tried to watch it again, and I like the movie. I've seen it twice at the movie theater, but because it's attached to someone, I can't watch it.
Oh Lord, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right?
I do.
So I'm like, damn it,
because it brings it up.
Yeah.
That I hate when that happens.
So yeah,
when I get something attached to something else.
Right. Yeah. So, but what did you think? What did you think of Solo? Did you like it?
I thought it was good. It gave me a little bit more look on who he is and where he came from. And I was like, all right. And then when he met the Wookiee for the first time, it was like, oh, this is how they became buddies.
That actually comes out of a canon book.
A canon book?
Yeah. There a long time ago, I want to say in the 90s, they came out with a Solo book. And that's kind of what happens is Han Solo, he joins the Republic, and he becomes part of the stormtroopers, and he's ordered to kill Chewbacca, but he couldn't do it, so he takes Chewbacca and they go AWOL. And that's how originally the Empire is after him, because he went AWOL.
Oh.
And they went pretty close with it as far as Solo goes. So, and what did you think about Rampage?
Oh, it was cool because I played the video game when I was younger all the time.
Oh yeah.
So when those things happened and then they went berserk, I was like, yeah. I was imagining I had my video game controller in my hand and I was like, get him. Yeah.
See, I remember playing Rampage in Vegas when we would go to Vegas.
Oh yeah, it was on the big games too. Before the consoles actually came out. I mean, they had
I tell you how old we are.
yeah. Because the first Rampage I remember, I don't think it was on Nintendo. I think it was on PlayStation that I first played Rampage.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if I played it on an Atari because I don't think they made it for Atari yet.
No, because Rampage was like 16-bit.
Yeah.
It was, for its time, it was pretty, high tech. And I think not Nintendo, because Nintendo was only 8-bit. Atari was what, 4, I think.
Yeah.
So it was just like a bunch of dots together that kind of looked like something.
Yeah.
That was Nintendo, or not Nintendo, but Atari. So Rampage was way too advanced for Atari.
Right.
Good times.
Good time.
But every time I hear Rampage, I always think about Vegas.
Yeah.
Not specifically Vegas. We would go down to Jean, Nevada, and while our parents would go and gamble, we would always go to Gold Strike. In fact, it's still there. You can go to Jean, Nevada, and see what we're talking about firsthand. And you would always have to climb those stairs to get to the second floor for the arcade. Do you remember?
Not really.
No?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's still there.
I remember going to the arcade a lot, though.
Yeah, it was. We were in good shape, man. Running those stairs up and down.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, good times.
We always came home. No matter what, if they won or lost, the parents, we always came back with extra money because we were always smart enough to put half of what was given to us away in our pockets and not touch it. So we would come home with like $100-$200 in our pocket, but we were good enough at the video games.
Yeah,
where we could take.
He remembers that. I remember that because I was telling you, I believe I'm the one that was like, "Hey, look, they just keep up getting us money because they want us to go away."
Right.
And he's like, "Really?" I was like, "Dude, we should start just playing the games that we're good at and keeping the money." Like I remember that's when first Street Fighter first come out.
Yeah,
so that was a big Street Fighter.
Yeah,
and you played it.
Ultra Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we could play it for hours on a quarter.
Or a Pac-Man game or play something.
Yeah, and then walk away with quite a bit of money and
come back and get our comics and go movies and stuff like that.
They're like, how did you get money? Long story. They probably thought we were like smuggling drugs or something. Oh, shit. Good times. So... The Rock. Now, what character did The Rock play, or Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, I don't remember there being a human in there except for the little people on the street. But he played a human.
Oh, really? He wasn't one of the.
No, he wasn't one of the characters, but he was buddies with the gorilla, and
Now, did the gorilla turn back into a human?
It didn't turn into a human, but it turned nice after they found the antidote.
Oh, okay. So it didn't, because remember, like you were the character. It was a gorilla, a dragon, I think, and it's been so many years. And then you would die, and when you died, you turned back to a human. So that's why I was just curious.
Yeah, it wasn't so much like that. It wasn't.
So it didn't really follow the game all the way.
No, but it was funny. The battles were, and the buildings were, and the things that I never realized what the creatures were after, until I watched the movie, and they were after a sound that was attracting them to somewhere to destroy stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I never knew there was a basis to the game, an actual idea to the game.
No, I thought it was just
keep on destroying stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once in a while, some food would get dropped down, and then you'd get nice or whatever, or
whatever. Since we're talking about movies, have you seen the trailer for Creed 2?
They're making Creed 2?
Oh, it's made. It's ready to go.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it looks good. It looks
really.
It's Ivan Drago.
Right.
He's in it. Dolph
Lundgren?
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, I just completely blinked on his name. Anyway, his son is Victor Drago, and he's a boxer, and he's supposed to be badass, and he's challenged Adonis Creed, Apollo Creed's son, to a fight.
Is Rocky still in it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is off the hook.
Yeah. So,
wow.
and and he's like, you know what? There's a piece from it. They're talking, and Rocky's like, you know, he broke things that still haven't been healed, you know, after all these years. And Adonis Creed is like, I have no choice. And he goes, that's what your father said. And then he died in my arms. It was a really powerful scene.
Is there actually a trailer or what?
Oh yeah, there's a trailer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, I have to check that trailer out.
I don't know when it comes out, but that's something that I want to see.
Oh hell yeah.
I think it's very admirable. Plus, I think it's very smart because it's still a Rocky story. Technically, it still fits in with Rocky because there's, you know, still Rocky in it. But he's smart enough to know that he's getting too old to play those type of parts, and he put the spotlight on somebody else.
Right.
But it all still ties in perfectly.
That's so rad.
So
yeah.
So okay, we've got about 10 minutes left on this part. Anything you want to talk about?
Well, we should probably give our emails and stuff.
In about 5 minutes, I will.
All right.
Yeah, I've got this thing down.
All right.
Let's see. Nothing other than your birthday. What do you want to do for your birthday, or what do you have planned for your birthday? Anything?
Nothing.
No.
No.
Okay, so any beautiful woman.
I knew that was coming. I did.
That has October 15th free, and it is here in the High Desert regional area. You can go ahead and contact us, or specifically, you could probably contact Randy. Go ahead, give her your email address.
It's randyman2388@gmail.com.
Or
I'm on Facebook
and
Twitter,
and don't forget
Instagram.
No, this is not rehearsed. It sounds rehearsed, doesn't it? At
Randolph Lofgren for Facebook, at Lofgren Randolph for Twitter, and Randolph Lofgren for Instagram.
Or if you're just the shy type, you could go and send us an email, send the show an email. It's shooting_straight at jayzomon, JAYZOMON.com. And if it's, I'll print it out. I'll give it to Randy and go from there. He needs some love. You can hear it in his voice. Be the perfect birthday gift for him.
Oh, God.
It's funny because he's 6'7", 300 and something pounds, but he is so easily embarrassed. He's actually really shy, which makes it all the funner. But seriously, you don't have anything planned? I mean, other than, you and I were going to go to...
Well, Debbie already took me to eat already and bought me a pair of shoes for my birthday. So my mom's sending me some money because she told me it costs too much to send a package now with the mail. The mail's so expensive to send stuff.
Yeah.
So it's better to just send someone money or a card with money on it.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I like money, I don't know. Maybe something will come up. I looked online for concerts. I was thinking about maybe going to an old school 80s rock concert or something like that.
Right.
But I can't find none. I went to Ticketmaster and all of them, and there's none that we would like because you would be the person that I'd ask to go with me, and
right,
you appreciate the 80s.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I have Sirius XM radio in the car, and that's predominantly, if it's not set on alternative rock, it's set on 80s music. I put in a new app on my iPhone. It's called Screen Time, and I've been purposely trying to cut down my time because I just felt like I was spending way too much time on my phone. Anyway, Screen Time tells me that I've cut my time by 30% on playing on the phone, and I'm actually right now for the entire week I've spent roughly about 5 hours and 35 minutes.
Really? They have an app to tell you if you've been on the phone too much?
Yeah, I just felt like I've been not being productive enough. I mean, yeah, we kind of talked about that at the beginning of the show about, my health issues and not going into the gym and all that stuff. So I just was laying around playing on my phone and not really being productive. And that's just not copacetic. I'm not that type of person, and I don't want to turn into that type of person. So yeah, I got me an app that says, yeah, good job. Good job, Yubu. Sit, boy, sit. So what kind of shoes did you get? I didn't know you got any shoes.
You didn't?
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing is, before you get into talking about the shoes, is